Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Reserved Investments on YouTube. And I know if you're a heterosexual male like me, you'd probably rather watch Margot Robbie bounce around in her little short skirts and high heels than watch this particular video. But this is a collectibles finance channel, so we have to have a serious chat about Barbie Collectibles right now, because that's the current number one, number two movie that is happening in the box office as I speak. It's between that and Oppenheimer. So I did find an excellent article that was put on the website businessinsider.com. It was from July 15th, 2023, and it's entitled, "The Barbie Movie Could Boost Mattel Stock Prices and Increase the Price of Old Dolls in Your Closet, but Avid Barbie Collectors Couldn't Care Less." I am going to put a link to that particular article in the video description below. I encourage you all to read it. With that said, I want you to have my opinions on how this market is going to be changed over the short term and potentially the long term because of the popularity of this particular movie. First of all, given the fact that this is a collectibles finance channel, what do I always tell you guys? You sell into the hype. You do not buy into the hype. Right now is a very bad time to be attempting to speculate or invest on Barbie collectibles, whether they are of the vintage era or of the modern era. However, if you are sitting on this stuff, now is a great time to sell it, in my opinion. I've said this many times on this channel before. Movie hype does not last. If you don't believe me, ask any comic book collector. He will tell you, whenever Marvel, which is owned by Disney, gets around to putting out a new movie and they start leaking information on that movie, even if it's a lesser known comic character that is going to star in that movie, all the Timmys, Kimmys, Poindexters, and speculators decide at that moment that now's a good time to buy that particular first appearance of that particular comic book character. I can tell you as an investor, it's very easy to take advantage of those Timmys, Kimmys, and Poindexters because they're in hype mode. When people get emotionally attached to items, they make very poor investment decisions. This is why, if you're somebody who doesn't understand money, money is an emotional thing. It's not something that has no emotion. And it's something that you need to understand and you need to learn to control if you want to be a successful investor and build wealth over the long term, which is what I teach on this particular YouTube channel. Now, going back to Barbie, this particular film is going to have a short-term effect on these particular collectibles. It is not going to have a long-term lasting effect. This is why if you watch any of the other videos I have done on this particular YouTube channel, I tell you that long-term investing in Barbie collectibles is a fool's game. At some point, you have to sell off that collection. You have to sell into the hype. And in my opinion, if I was somebody that had a massive collection of Barbie dolls, I would be doing it right now, depending on what the doll is, how much money it is fetching on the secondary market, and what effect this movie had on the direct value of that particular piece. So that's why I do these videos, guys. I want you guys to become better collectors, better speculators, and better investors. So what can we learn from this? Well, number one, if you're a speculator, I just told you, right now is a very bad time to be going out into the market and buying Barbie particular collectibles at retail prices. Now, if you're somebody, you have connections, you've been dealing in vintage toys, you know how to get these items under value to the point where you can buy them and flip them into the market and profit due to this new movie hype, by all means, you do you. That's great for you. But if you're attempting to come into the market, buy these pieces right now simply because you went to see the new Margot Robbie movie that happens to be Barbie, and you really want to own these particular items over the long term, it's a bad time to invest in this particular market. Now, from a collecting standpoint, what can we learn from this? Well, if you're a collector and you can let some of these pieces go right now, that would be ideal. If you can't, however, it's probably not wise to go into the market and pay full retail for these items to add to your collection right now. Just take a break from collecting for the next few months and see what the market does. I assure you, in most cases, probably a year from now, these prices are not going to be anywhere near this high because people's viewpoint, people's perception of these particular things is usually incorrect. Most people overreact and get emotional due to short-term hype. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. Do not succumb to FOMO. You will be much better off as a collector, as a speculator, as an investor. That is all I want to say about the wonderful Barbie movie. Now I have visions of Margot Robbie bouncing around in her little short skirt and heels. I'm not going to apologize for it because I happen to like blondes. I'm sorry. It's just a thing for me. So I got to go. You guys have a great day, and I will be uploading more content shortly. I do apologize. I know it seems like I've been out of pocket a little bit. It's been like, what, almost 2 weeks since my last upload? I am getting a little bit better. Don't worry. More content is coming soon. You guys do you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.